Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
I'm speaking to my Unity Party brothers and sisters. You all need to stop what you're doing. There are people that came with the Unity Party. The president realized that they mean well. But somehow, some of you people in the Unity Party believe that every government job belongs to you. I'm telling you now. That somehow this person should not be over there because it's too strategic. Yeah, this is what you people are doing. That person is not supposed to be there. If you're not undermining them, you are sending people to them. They are insulting them. They are tarnishing their reputation. They are undermining them. When 2029 comes, we want to make friends. I've been disrespected, cussed out for 2 years, insulted, lied upon, over and over, sabotage. I ain't ready to talk yet. I told you I ain't get no allotment since no third quarter, no fourth quarter to the procurement process. Another idiot they call Guyson Reed wrote something stupid because he doesn't understand. No wonder why Guyson Reed is stupid. He thinks I should go lobby with the budgetary committee. Over 400 million was added to the budget for 2026. From 800 million to 1.2 billion. That constitutes over 400 million added to the budget. Not a dime was given to LBS. The $45 million that was being pushed around again, we were told to wait. And at the end of the day, what happened? $0. Some individuals within the Unity Party will have to calm down a little. You did not win this election on your own. And the government may be a Unity Party government, but you need other people to work with you and to help you. And everybody that is not a UP person that has an institution is disrespected by your partisans, most of them. Insulted on a daily basis. If you continue on this note, you will have problems in the future. It's politics. People came to help you. People are working with you. Respect them.
As per our rule in the Constitution, Article 38, that gave us the right to form our rules. There is something there for expelling or suspending lawmaker on cause. If that process is followed, I can vote again on about Kolba. But under this particular circumstances, whatever you see parading on Facebook, I'm going to town on Sunday evening after here. And by Monday, I'm going to be on the ground at the Capitol building. I'm going to follow up. If that is true, that listing was posted, I want to know who signed that. And that is something I'm going to follow up. So I'm saying to you that whatever you see on Facebook, I'm not seeing it, I'm here, so I don't know what is that. So I will say that is not me on the basis of that.
But have you signed any document relative to
Honorable Kolba? No.
I always say forget about the past. Don't cause the darkness, turn the light on. We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here, we live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw rocks at each dog, you will not reach. Just move on, move on. Our job is...
What troubles me is to hear a sitting vice president, Joseph Baka, and his men trying to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together. Not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore. Joe used to be my friend. He too might have been a friend of Brumsky when I came home. Since he decided to run for the presidency, I don't think Joe and I have agreed on much, but there's one thing I agree with him about. No Congo man should be president of Liberia again. But there's another side of that story, Joe. No countryman should be president of Liberia either. What Liberia needs today is a true Liberian who is most qualified to lead our country.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Crime Time Conversation, where the truth speaks and the people listen. From Cape Town to Maryland, from Nimba to Monrovia, the future calling Liberia. When the voices of the people start to rise, you can see the truth within their eyes. Too many years of struggle and pain, still the people dancing in the rain. But hope is growing in the land tonight, a new vision coming into sight. A servant leader walking with the crowd, speaking truth, humble but proud. This is Crime Time Conversation, talking about the nation's transformation. From the villages to the city life, Liberia searching for what is right. Education for every girl and boy, healthcare bringing hope and joy. A stronger future we can see for every Liberian family. Hear the farmers calling from the field, waiting for the harvest that the land can yield. Technology knocking at the nation's door, young minds ready to explore. Electric power shining through the night, security standing for what is right. The economy rising for everyone, a new chapter has begun. This is Prime Time Conversation, voices of a rising generation. Agriculture feeding every home, no more hunger, no more roam. From Cape down to Maryland shore, the people say we must do more. From Nimba Hills to Monrovia streets, the future and the people lead. Now the people talking in the marketplace about a man who walks with steady pace, a leader with a vision for the land, reaching out with a helping hand. From humanitarian work to leadership call, standing strong when the people fall, talking about dignity, justice and trust, serving the nation because he must. Not for power, not for fame, but to lift Liberia's name. A vision rising clear and bright, leading the nation toward the light. Oh, Liberia, hear the cry. Let the children reach the sky. When the people stand as one, the victory has begun. The conversation starts tonight, speaking truth and shining light. Together we can build again for the daughters and the sons. This is Prime Time Conversation, voices of a hopeful nation. Education, health and peace, let the nation struggle cease. With strong leadership guiding the way, Liberia rising day by day. From every county hear the call, a better future for us all. Where Liberia speaks, the conversation continues. LIB, stand up.
Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Well, a pleasant good evening, wherever you are, however you listen. This is the program LIB Future TV here on 95.9. Today is Thursday, the 23rd of April, 2026. And I'd like to say welcome to the primetime edition, primetime conversation with Dr. Pearson, and of course, your usual host. And so let me now welcome Dr. Pearson. Good afternoon to you there. Good evening from Liberia. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Jefferson, and hi to my own sister there, Lovetta Davis. It's a pleasure being on the show tonight.
Great.
Yeah. So it's a pleasure being on tonight, Jefferson. I'm glad that I can be here with you all. I know Liberia is a little heated from our end here in the United States and in the diaspora. But we will get to that later. I just want to say hi to the Liberian people. If you're following us in Liberia, in the diaspora, I want to say welcome to Primetime Conversation. And I'm your host, Clarence Pearson, Dr. Pearson. And I'm looking forward to a beautiful time with you this evening. If you're on your way home, I want to say, look, be safe out there. Get them safe. And if you find a car, make sure you got your phone in a safe place. Make sure nobody jack your phone from you. So without any further delay, we'll go over to Lovetta Davis for the LIB Future TV news update in collaboration with Kear FM 95.9. Lovetta, it's all yours.
Good evening and welcome to LIB Future TV trending news update with me, Lovetta Davis. Cummins boasts $1 billion budget experience, vows 600,000 jobs in 2029 page. Alternative National Congress political leader Alexander Cummins says his experience overseeing billion-dollar budgets and running Coca-Cola Africa across 54 countries sets him apart ahead of a presidential 2029 presidential bid. Speaking on United Methodist Radio, Cummins said audits of his work were always clean and that he managed organizations far more complex than Liberia. In his last 8 years at Coca-Cola, he oversaw global functions and competed successfully against firms in China, Latin America, and Europe with profitable results. Cummins argued that the government should not be Liberia's largest employer. Its role, he said, is to create conditions for investors through rule of law, tax policy, and infrastructure. He pledged to leverage his administrative experience to boost the private sector in housing, tourism, agriculture, and technology. His stated goal: bring in private investors to create 600,000 jobs, paying Liberians $300 to $400 per month. So the average Liberian will be able to feed the wealth of the country. Cummins has not formally declared for 2029 election. PUL warns freedom of speech under threat in Liberia under Joseph Boakai. The Press Union of Liberia, PUL, says freedom of speech is being threatened in Liberia. The union warned that many people now feel afraid to speak openly under President Joseph Boakai's leadership. It stressed that there can be no rescue without freedom. The Press Union of Liberia highlighted several issues. These include the removal of Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, the continued detention of Prophet Kear, and the use of force against University of Liberia students during a protest on April 14. It also raised concern about the removal of Representative Yeke Koluba and possible changes to laws that protect press freedom. The union said these actions could harm Liberia's democracy and undo progress made in protecting free speech. It warned that failing to follow the law and respect the courts will weaken public trust. The Press Union of Liberia is urging the government to protect freedom of speech, respect the rule of law, and stop using force against peaceful protesters. It said citizens must be free to express their views without fear. Liberia's market women hit by press sudden link to Iran conflict. Market women report raising prices since last February due to global fuel and import costs tied to the U.S.-Iran conflict. Seller Bessie Tour says goods now pour before selling and her family eats fewer cups of rice. The government is enforcing price controls through inspections and fines, but gaps remain. However, public discontent is raising, fueled by the Iran war and high unemployment and underemployment. Cummings ANC seen as 2029 alternative as voters express regret over Boubacar Koun administration. The Alternative National Congress and its political leader, Alexander Cummings, have been projected as an alternative for the 2029 presidential election amid voter discontent with the Boubacar Koun administration. Some opinion leaders and voters say they regret backing the Unity Party in 2023 and have vowed to correct their mistakes by voting out the government in 2029. Supporters cite Cummings as an internationally respected administrator who will get their votes in the next presidential election. Woman attack in Monrovia over LGBTQ advocacy. Victoria City Colley, 41, told Liberian National Police she was beaten and threatened with death on November 21, 2025, while returning from an LGBTQ advocacy meeting in Tinker Village. Colley said men confronted her over her activism, warning her to stop or face deadly consequences. Before others joined the assault, she said her husband's activism was also referenced in the threat. A witness, Yala Kanin, intervened and took her to police station. Police classified the case as an alleged terroristic threat and simple assault, but have made no arrest. Colley was advised to take safety precautions and as investigations continue. April 22 group marks 46 years since 1980 execution demands justice. Families of President William R. Thorwald Jr., his security detail, and 13 officials executed after the 1980 coup gathered for the annual April 22 commemoration. Events included a memorial at April 22 Memorial Park in Pinsville and a screening of the assassination of President William R. Thorwald Jr. Relatives renewed calls for justice and national closure. However, filmmaker Gerald Barkley was interviewed on LIB Future TV about his work, The Assassination of William Thorwald, which examines the 1980 coup that led to President Thorwald's death. Playboy Transport strike ends as student bus fare doubles to $100 Liberian. Transport services resume in Playboy, Maryland County, after the bus committee raised student fares from $50 Liberian to $100 Liberian, ending a driving go slow. Commercial drivers had protested. Representative Anthony F. Williams donated student buses, saying they hurt their income. Committee Chair Robin Topa said the $50 Liberian fare was meant to help students, but a review was needed. A government sets May 5, 2026 payment date in JFK negligence case. The Ministry of Finance set May 5, 2026 to pay compensation in the medical negligence case of Madam Kari Gadwa Zakachibo following court pressure. Zakachibo condition worsened after a botched surgery at JFK Medical Center. Judge Nessie B. Chinny issued a contempt citation after repeated absences by finance and JFK representatives, citing non-compliance with a Supreme Court order. Senator Cornyn flags risks in central banks of Liberia's plan to print 79 billion Liberian dollars by 2030. Senator Amara Cornyn, chair of the Senate Public Accounts Committee, warned that the central bank's plan to print 79 billion Liberian dollars between 2026 to 2030 and introduce a 2,000 Liberian dollars note could hurt the economy if steps aren't taken for stability. Cornyn said the proposal equals about 19 billion United States dollars beyond current economic needs. A Central Bank of Liberia Governor Henry Samuel unveiled the plan April 21 at a Senate hearing. CSA enforces national NDA expands reform agenda. Civil Service Agency Director General Dr. Josiah Joka announced enforcement of a national non-disclosure agreement for all civil servants, calling it key to promoting government data and boosting professionalism. Speaking April 21 at MINCAT, Joka said the NDA allows Liberia with global public administration standards and is part of broader reforms. And money disputes common claims Costa owes $76,000. Money operator Alexander Common alleged money manager Heron Costa owes him $76,000 for excavator, rentals, and gold proceeds. Common says he is owed $56,000 in fees plus $36,000 in investments, minus $9,900 paid after 1,500 grams of gold was produced. He claims Acosta missed an April 3, 2026 payment deadline, cited spiritual reasons for production drops, then called police to remove him from the site. Costa has not responded. My name is LIB Davis. I presented the latest news update on LIB Future TV.
Thank you, Lavera. Lavera, thank you again for the reading. Can you just tell us, like a number will pick on you, give us what pick your interest the most in the news update today, before you leave us?
What picked my interest the most in the news update is press union warns freedom of speech under threat in Liberia under Joseph Boakai. Right now you have to be very careful with how you speak because this government, disregard of the rule of law, constant wave of police brutality, like what happened on April 14, using force, using tear gas on peaceful protest students for that matter. So that news really, piqued my interest.
Thank you, Lavera. Look, get them safe, and we appreciate your service to country. Okay, man?
All right. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. All right. So, Jefferson, it's you and I again on this Thursday evening ride on the primetime conversation. I was told by someone, they said I enjoyed us last Thursday.
Yeah.
They said, in fact, someone told me, they said, my man, now your scratch card thing you're going to be doing a ball copy both, especially for that.
I know, right?
The guys want me a ball copy both, especially for that scratch card thing. All the number you will call, I will mark all. I said,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
you can only win one message. You know, I will call on different number.
I'll recognize the voice. You call, recognize it.
But no, Liberian people, it's a pleasure being on the radio space today. This is LIB Future TV in collaboration with Kear Radio 95.9, and I am your regular Thursday host, Dr. Pearson. At 7 p.m. we are here up to 7, 8, 9 p.m. in Liberia. So yeah, for 2 hours we're going to be on your radio. This is where we discuss trending issues happening in Liberia, and then we open the lines for you to give us your views, like what you think about the discussion, and have an opportunity to also just have fun with us and win your scratch card. So we're gonna give this announcement at the beginning of the show. So what we do with the scratch card is that you listen to the show. In between the time of the show, we'll call you the last 4 numbers on a scratch card that we already finished scratching right in front of us. I will call the last 4 numbers, and then when you open the lines for the people to call back to us from when you call in, you just tell us one of the last 4 numbers on one of those scratch cards, and we send it to you. And then that it's not that we want to just be showing that we get free scratch cards, but it's a matter of sharing fun and making sure that you are part of this program and as a family on this prime time conversation. So usually what we do is that we tell you what's going to be on the menu tonight. So what we're going to be talking about tonight, there are a few things we're going to be talking about tonight. But before we get there, Jefferson, pick your talking point from the news update today before we go into our discussion points.
Yeah, well, I am a journalist, so in fact, the most important thing that grabbed my attention today, as a matter of fact, is when the president of our union, Julius Canova, released that statement today. I mean, I was moved that indeed journalists in Liberia, we still have a strong PUL. We have a PUL that speaks without fear nor favor. Imagine, like Loveto read, in fact, as it was stated in the release. I mean, too many things citing police brutality. What happened on April 14? What did the students do? You and I, we had a conversation here. What did the students do? Were they armed? So if you will be, releasing tear gas on peaceful protesters or peaceful students, and then you don't now, the Camara A, Camara Act, the Press Freedom Act now, there is this, excuse me, it is a legislature where they want to do a repeal of that act, something that will, that if you are a journalist or anybody, you don't just say anything like that on social media or on your radio or where. So you have to be careful how you speak now. So intimidation, and we said this before, the unlawful removal of Fonati Kofa, and then recently now Yeke Kaluba, which the PUL also cited in their release. These are issues, these are things that we continue to say, that now lawmakers are coming out to say that, oh, Adina San, I wasn't there, who put my signature there. With all of these things, they continue disregard for the rule of law. All of these things are playing. So it's a very strong, I want to say I commend the PUL, a body which I am a member of. I commend the PUL for that statement, and we hope that the government, they also gave recommendations to the government. So we hope that President Bwaka will abide by the rules, because he came on the mantra of rescue. If you cannot rescue without freedom, you must rescue the people where we suffer a lot. So we don't want a situation where we go back in the dark days, God forbid. But it's a very strong statement from the PUL. Yes, I welcome that. One more thing that grabbed my attention is, we are advocates and activists in country now, like the lady who was, who explained her story about her being, threatened and being warned by some men who tried to, harass her and do something bad to her, harm her. But thankfully, a community member, came to her rescue. So it means that activists now in the country will have to be very careful. There are certain cases you don't run after, and this is not a good sign under the rescue government, under President Boakai. So yes, it's a good thing for the PUL. We appreciate that. And so yes, those are things that we'll continue to see on the radio, Dr. Pearson.
Yeah, look, you got it right. Look, for there to be stability in the country, for there to be peace and rule of law and all of those things, for us to be able to exercise our constitutional rights freely, there has to be freedom of speech, you know. Think about it, back in the day when we had Decree 88 and things like that, the sedition laws and things, by the time you say something, a politician ain't like it, you go into jail, my brother. Go into jail. Oh, yeah. You know, and then if you still want to be hard-headed, you get lost overnight, you know, stuff like that. So I don't think we want to go back to those dark days, right? So for me, when I listened to the news update from Lovetta, one of the things that caught my attention also was the issue about the non-disclosure, that the agreement that the CSA is pushing. You know, it reminds me about a few similar things to what we're discussing here. It reminds me about a few Liberians who lost their jobs only because they spoke up against this government when they came to power, right? And like the young men from the Monrovia City Corporation, right? They lost their job because they criticized the government that they were working in. And the CSA boss dismissed them. And there were others who lost their job. You know, besides them, there were others as well, just for saying what they had to say. And at the end of the day, I mean, we're seeing it getting deeper and deeper every single day. They're clamping down more on people to the point now where the president himself reaching out to call his fellow citizens, you know, and linking them and likening them onto a dog and onto dogs and stuff like that, leading to public outcry. So I think we should be tolerant in the country. We should understand that the price for the democracy that we're enjoying today, from a one-party system now to a multi-party system, from a military regime to a civilian regime, I mean, the price of 250,000 lives, you know, is not something small. My father was killed in the war, Jefferson. You know, wow. I lost my father as a result of the civil crisis. So I know the price that we pay. We pay a very high price, you know. So I don't think that's something we want to slip out of our hands. All right. So all right. So having said that, what is on the talking point tonight? I know people want to know what is it we want to be discussing tonight. Let us just bring up some of the things. So one of the things we'll be discussing tonight would be that of we understand that the Unity Party seeming to be having some internal crisis. Whether they are doing it for all of us to see it or not, but there are signs that there is problem in the Unity Party and some level of discontent. You will see posts from people like Eugene Fagon, who is supposed to be an alliance member to the party. You see posts from people like Senator Kane, and then you like, oh, but Senator Kane are one of those who are keeping the numbers for the election. You know, to make sure President Bagatale, they think correctly and win the election. How come it said that Senator Amara Kone not feeding so ain't no kind of way? People can have it. The man write one text on social media, all the UP people on a post, won't cost him up and stuff like that. And then you see even Delon putting his foot down on some of the government's decision and actions, like whether it's within the issue of the House of Representatives, Senator Delon putting his foot down and kind of printing money in Senator Delon said put. So you start asking yourself, well, you know what's going on there. All right. In addition to that, you see people that Yeka called about them who brought the government to prominence and to power from the day of President Weah's being in power up to when President Baka won the elections. He is being targeted. You notice Henry Costa has been silenced completely. Yeah. All right. Because he get a little money contract going in the country. He doesn't want to get in trouble with the government for the close to eating down, you know, the kind of things like that. And today I saw in the police station, you know, giving some kind of notes or whatever the case is. Then you push it further in Prophet Key, and, you know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, words are meant to be used. But when the words got used under the UP government, he landed in jail. You know?
Yeah.
So there are cracks. And it's disturbing because UP did not win the election on their own numbers. They won the election on the numbers of an alliance, right? And Nima played a major role, and also we know that former Senator, the late Senator Prince Ward Johnson, he said he was silenced. The telephone call to President Burger went silent. It went quiet. Yeah. All right. Old man started developing heart attack from the war crimes code and other kind of thing. He said, no, the president, Burger told me that thing was never going to happen. Run to Jeremiah, the papa, you want to win. You're going to hurt that. You put in your pocket, go find a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah, my brother. Well, we'll discuss that tonight. And then when you move on, we'll move on to another topic. Cordoba case is in court, right, Jeremiah?
Yeah. Sure.
It's in court. Yeah, so Cordoba case with the Supreme Court, Jefferson, and then we noticed that the Supreme Court will have to hear the situation, and then they will make a determination.
On Wednesday, the 29th.
On Wednesday, so we'll be listening to see what they will say, and we'll discuss it on this show after the fight as well. The Supreme Court can say two things. Either the justice in Chambers can say, you know what happened, this thing from what I'm hearing, the two arguments, the returns from the House. I might want to call the full bench to hear what to hear and make a decision. Or it's simple enough for me to just say something. I can just say, I ain't do the thing right, I go back, go do it good. The man still represented in the case closed, right?
Yeah.
Go back, go look for the numbers. And then we'll move on to the conversation. Look, I gotta bring the one up because it had me bad way. Where the paper called barking dogs. Get traffic. Look, I know people been talking about it. Yes, he said it, but I gotta tell my own. I know Joe. I gotta talk. Look, Jefferson, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Jefferson, a lot of people don't realize it, but the economy of Liberia, where it sits right now, and they coming out of war and thing, the diaspora Liberian, not only America, Europe, Asia, other places, China. Look, the diaspora Liberians are holding up a lot of families in Liberia. Not just families and friends. If we're talking later on in the show, but if you see the amount of money I think that the diasporas are sending to Liberia, at some point in time, it was almost equivalent to the national budget. On an annual basis, was equivalent to the national budget. That now they just have the budget up. They say they were chasing 1 billion, but the money we send back to Liberia is equal to the national budget before they carry to 1 billion. And then today the president got up and look at all the Liberians in the diaspora and just throw that kind of bad chicken. No problem, we get there. I will keep my temper until we get there. And then the last but not the least topic we'll look at tonight, where Brumskin spoke from the grave. Yeah, Brumskin spoke from the grave. Yeah. So before we get into the conversation, like I would normally do, let me run a clip. Let me run this 5 minutes clip, Jefferson. Let us see how these talking points are emphasized through evidential talking point, which means the talking point is backed by evidence and video evidence. So if you are viewing us on social media, you see the video of some of the talking points and that causing us to be having this conversation tonight. So that pay attention. If you're listening on the radio, Kear Radio 95.9, you will hear the audio, but you'll not see the video. If you're looking at us from Facebook, YouTube, then you will see the video. But let me roll this tip. Jefferson, pay attention because we'll be discussing the sequence of this tip.
I'm speaking to my Unity Party brothers and sisters. You all need to stop what you're doing. There are people that came with the Unity Party. The president realized that they mean well. But somehow, some of you people in the Unity Party believes that every government job belongs to you. I'm telling you now. That somehow this person should not be over there because it's too strategic. Yeah, this is what you people are doing. That person is not supposed to be there. If you're not undermining them, you are sending people to them. They are insulting them. They are tarnishing their reputation. They are undermining them. When 2029 comes, you want to make friends. I've been disrespected, cussed out for 2 years, insulted, lied upon, over and over, sabotage. I ain't ready to talk yet. I told you I ain't get no allotment since no third quarter, no fourth quarter to the procurement process. Another idiot they call Guys on Reed wrote something stupid because he doesn't understand. No wonder why guys don't read is stupid. He thinks I should go lobby with the budgetary committee. Over 400 million was added to the budget for 2026, from 800 million to 1.2 billion. That constitutes over 400 million added to the budget. Not a dime was given to LBS. The $45 million that was being pushed around again, we were told to wait. And at the end of the day, what happened? $0. Some individuals within the Unity Party will have to calm down a little. You did not win this election on your own. And the government may be a Unity Party government, but you need other people to work with you and to help you. And everybody that is not a UP person that has an institution is disrespected by your partisans, most of them. Insulted on a daily basis. If you continue on this note, you will have problems in the future. It's politics. People came to help you. People are working with you. Respect them.
As per our rule in the Constitution, Article 38, that gave us the right to form our rules, there is something there for expelling or suspending lawmaker on cause. If that process is followed, I can vote again Honorable Koluba. But under this particular circumstances, whatever you see parading on Facebook, I'm going to town on Sunday evening after here. And by Monday, I'm going to be on the ground at the Capitol building. I'm going to follow up. If that is true, that listing was posted, I want to know who signed that. And that is something I'm going to follow up. So I'm saying to you that whatever you see on Facebook, I'm not seeing it, I'm here, so I don't know what is that. So I will say that is not me on the basis of that.
But have you signed any document relative to
Honorable Koluba? No.
I always say, forget about the past. Don't cause the darkness, turn the light on. We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw rock at each dog, you will not reach. Just move on, move on. Our job is...
What troubles me is to hear a sitting vice president, Joseph Baka, and his men trying to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together. Not to separate us. Not to divide us.
Did you hear Bronsky talking from the grave? Man, look, Liberia, I'm not sure what we're going to, but we get there. We're getting there. All right, so Jefferson, before going to this first topic, let's take the first four numbers. The first four numbers on one of those scratch cards, which is the last four numbers on one of those scratch cards.
Yeah. And so here we go with the digits. We have 9624.
9624.
Yes.
9624. All right, call one more. Let's see.
And we have 1595.
1595.
Yes.
1595. Call one more. Let's see.
And we have 3855.
3855. 3855. All right. So thank you, Jefferson. Thank you for calling the first three cards. The first three cards. You call the last numbers on the first three cards. So let's go into this. You know, Jefferson, you know why I pick Eugene Fagon as the person to be the person to clarify to us and to state to the Liberian people that Unity Party having issues with their alliance and with the people that are working with them. You know why I pick Eugene Fagon?
Nope.
Because Eugene Fagon get one mouth. Eugene Fagon get one month. That's what they see Eugene Fagon, who when George Manuel Weah, former president Weah, was president of the Republic of Liberia, he came out with that whole thing, facts versus fiction. Facts versus fiction. And he used to be very, very harsh when it comes to how you are responding to United Partisans who are trying to criticize at the time, or in opposition trying to criticize the former CDC when they were in power. All right, former George Manuel Weah were in power. Now, this guy, at the end of the day, before George Weah could even come into power, this guy says some very nasty thing about Joseph Boakai. I've seen some videos where Eugene Fagon went as far as saying that Joseph Boakai was too old. He had dementia, he couldn't think straight, and other kind of things to even be president. He had all the major negative things to say about President Boakai. But then when he fell out of favor with the CDC and President Weah, he flipped and went to the side of the Unity Party, doing campaigning for President Boakai coming to office for 2023 elections. Now, follow me closely. Now, when you hear him saying and speaking, you can hear in his voice that he holds no loyalty to Unity Party. When I say hold no loyalty, I will clarify myself, and I will let you come in, Jefferson.
Yes.
You know, when someone holds loyalty to a party, when they're speaking, they are careful about the kind of words they choose, right? Because they are aware that whatever they say will come back to hurt the party. But Eugene Fagon was not careful in picking his words. In fact, he was very harsh about the kind of words he was using. And he sounds threatening to me. In a lot of ways, he sounds threatening. He's like, no, you know, you already know me. That's how I hear him. Like, you already know me. Y'all know what I'm capable of, right? But I'm ready to talk you. The other one talking here so it's small. The one talking here so it's small. When the time comes for me to ready to talk, then you will know what you're dealing with here. And then he clarified what that time is. He said that time I'm talking about is 2029.
Yeah.
It's 2029. Let me tell you about politics. Those of you listening by the radio, Kear Radio 95.7, those of you looking at us by YouTube and Facebook. Look, in Liberian politics, people that Eugene Fagon hold no loyalty to anyone. They go with where the green pasture is, where the sun shining, that where they will hang their coat. When you hear Eugene talking like that, and he said, you know me. Eugene is in the situation where majority of the government propaganda as a state broadcaster director passes through his hands. He understands, he hears, and he sees those propaganda that you're trying to cover under the rug, you're trying to hide under the rug. You're trying to polish so that the president can look ugly, so that Unity Party government can look ugly. He knows all of those things. He's taking notes.
Of course.
And when you give Eugene Fagon a chance, where he is no longer in a situation where he's benefiting from the Unity Party, and he's on the other side where he can throw stone, forget it. He will throw stone on every glass window in that UP party. I yield to you for a bit. I want to overtalk you. I yield to you, Jefferson. I want to other juice in the conversation. I yield to you.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
But you know, the deeper part there for me, Jefferson, is the fact that he says the thing is rampant. He said it is deep within the party.
Of course.
And not only that he says it is deep within the party, he said it is visible. It is visible to the extent where everybody can see now that there are individuals in the Unity Party who feel that they are more entitled to jobs and to lucrative jobs in the country right now, that they have the say to determine who can work in the government, who cannot work in the government. My question here now is that does President Boakai has control over what's going on in the Unity Party as the standard bearer of that party? Or Reverend Luther Tappet, chairman of the party, does he have control over the party? You know, there was a time even the standard bearer were complaining that he himself was being sidelined by some powerful people in the party.
Yeah.
He had to go demonstrate to the president. He carried on a group to go demonstrate to the president for the game both-year job.
Yeah. after he had gone to the port and all and gave assurance that he will be the port manager, the managing director at the port.
What does this say? What does this say? This speaks to a deeper issue, Jefferson. This speaks to leadership.
Yeah.
This speaks to leadership. This speaks to integrity. This speaks to, a nation where you find people who's supposed to be working together in unity, who's supposed to be working together in love, who's supposed to be having the level of understanding and credibility as a nation to say, look, Liberia is all we have, and we want the best for Liberia to come out of Liberia. And for the best to come out of Liberia, we have to serve the country with honesty, no sacred cows. No one person is better than other people. There is no one. Oh, come on, man. I want to preach here, man. I want to preach. Let me ask my ANC girls then, what type of leadership we need in Liberia?
For better future, support Mr. Cummings.
Support Mr. Cummings, because, I strongly believe that Liberia needs to go beyond party politics, and we need to step up in our governance to the point where, Jefferson, whether you belong to party A, B, or C, your participation in government should be based on your merit, what you bring to the table, your honesty, your qualification, your determination, your love for country to see a move, not love for party, love for individual alone. Yeah, I say don't love your party, I say don't love the president, I say don't love those in your political party, but at some point, man, Jefferson, when you win the election, you are president for all Liberians.
Yeah.
Come in.
And certainly, this is not strange to me, specifically with Eugene Fagon, right? This is how he starts. This is how he begins when he now sees or notices that things are not coming his way. So he starts to play around until he strikes. Yeah, so he feels now threatened because he is not originally a Unity Party partisan. So he was only given that LBS job after he left he was dismissed by the CDC government and left, and then went back to the US, started to join the Unity Party. In fact, started to go against the very CDC government that he brought to power. But now, mind you, there was some point in time, Eugene Fagon, in fact, talked to social media. He wrote that anybody you want to do any live video or anything you want to do LBS, you pay money. He was telling officials. And now that he says the 1.2 billion, he was not captured. And the supplementary budget for the 5 million, he was also not captured. He said that, well, there has not been any allocation, nothing going to him over there. So the Unity Party people now, he says, the party people, the Unity Party, the youth, the Unity Party, they coming to those who are not Unity Party partisans, who are not partisans of the party, who you give job, appointed positions to, they are coming after them and warning President Baka that if things are not put in place, care is not taken, 2029 will be bad. Eugene Fagon, that statement clearly in my mind means that Eugene Fagon is planning from now to the end of this year. If he can't find his way out, he's definitely going to strike. And his strike will be at the Unity Party, where either he resigns or he's been dismissed. But he's going to say some denigrating things against the Unity Party, where at that moment now, he will be looking for a new party to go join. Then he start leaking, Unity Party secret to that other party, like he did to the CDC. So that's just the game. That's just Eugene Fagon. That's the game. That's him right there, Dr. Pearson. That's Eugene. That's the game he's trying to play now. Yeah, he's looking for an escape route.
Wow.
Yeah,
but then that speaks also to, and I want to use this time to talk to young people, who are endeavoring to become politicians, who are looking to, who want to play a prominent role in the political parties and things Look, there is something that is very important that we young people need to take into consideration. One is that when you have a political institution that is having internal wrangling, the performance will be impacted by that internal wrangling. So say for instance, if you have tension in the party, it affects how the party perform also. Yeah. It's almost like family. When the husband is having confusion in the house, what they're doing on the outside, whether that business or that job or whatever they're doing outside, it gets affected as well. Sure. The face, the unity that the party is supposed to show outside, it gets impacted. So our young people should learn that, look, when you want to join a political party or you want to be part of the political process, you have to exercise loyalty, you have to exercise discipline, you have to exercise integrity. You don't have to go for what you can only benefit. Go on the basis of principles, on the basis of logic, on the basis of ideology. And you know, what is it that this party is telling to you that resonate with you as an individual person? What values does the party stand for? What is it that the party is doing that you can see? You know, I look on the party books, I look at the party history, and when I look at these things, this is what the party represent and resonate with me. Because at the end of the day, if you only go for what can get in your pocket, and then it's not being fed, you will dump your party and jump beyond another party because the party, and that's what we see in Liberia, people flip-flopping from one political party to another. Soon the other party move on power, everybody jump behind the other party. At the end of the day, the country lost, or the country will lose. The country will lose because there's no loyalty to the country, there's loyalty to party and loyalty to individuals. You see, so let me put it another way, Jefferson. So I'm working for the Unity Party, right? If I'm told to do a piece of job and I'm doing it not because of the salary I'm getting, I'm doing it because I'm qualified for that job. Sure. When somebody tell me to do the wrong thing, I will say no. I will say no without due respect. I can't do this wrong thing. It will hurt the country, right? It will hurt the country. It will hurt the Liberian people. So, but if you push me too high and say I must do it, what do you think I will do? If I trust my career, I trust my credentials, I trust my own skill, what do you think I will do? I will respectfully resign and go work somewhere else and maintain my integrity and save my country if I can. But no, you know, it's sad. It's sad. Jefferson, it's sad.
It is sad. And the best thing you can do now is Fagon, whether he, but in my mind, and this is what I want to say to political parties, there are certain political figures who believe that, well, the only way they can survive is to jump from one party to another party A, and then when they come to that party, they start to say the worst of the other party that they just left. So if I were a politician who had my own political party, and maybe I mean my party is well known, and everybody is yes, so email if I can take it serious, because Fagon now in will take it'll be like a political, I don't know, cell phone booth. Political cell phone booth. Everybody can just go there. Plenty. So that just how you know. But this is Liberia. It is just the eyes of young people to open, and other political party leaders to open, that these are people that even if you bring it on board, you don't open up 100%.
Trust become an issue. Trust become an issue.
Certainly. So that's just it. But there's serious division, like you say, in the party. I mean, disagreement continue to go. I mean, like currently with this particular case now, Amara Kone, you see everybody, the comments on all his post, they see him now as a threat. And this is a man who fought in a war room. You know, he was in the war room. And then
I would have grabbed it from the war room.
Yes. And so I said, at the end of the day, he was the very first person who told the Liberian people, and today the realities are there, to, you know, limit your expectation.
Manage your expectation.
So just manage your expectation. So you got it. So today, here we are. And so in fact, it is the realities are now playing. So that's it.
Yeah, and this goes also, before we close, we'll jump to the next topic. This goes also, in Liberian people, if you're listening to us, this is the prime time conversation on Kear Radio 95.9 and on LIB Future TV on all our social media platforms. Look, if this is what we're talking about, leadership, right? And these things don't happen from the bottom. These things happen from the top. These things happen from the top. You remember, and I mentioned this earlier. You remember Prince Wild Johnson, peace be to him, and respect to his arches, right? Prince Johnson, I was not too happy to use his clip today, but Prince Johnson mentioned that President Boyka himself showed that same disrespect to him that Eugene Falcon talking about.
No, it's Bromskin.
No, besides Bromskin, I'm seeing
yes,
Prince
yeah,
Wild
the
Johnson,
Prince Johnson, yeah, I remember
I didn't want to include his video there because I know, his passing is still fresh and in the minds of people. So I didn't want to. I was trying to be, a little bit respectful of his recent passing, because I know his wife, his children are all there. It won't be fair for me to, to play a video with him saying something. But he did mention, he was treated in similar manner, Eugene Falcon talking about, to the point where even Darius Dillon, senator, they don't have to come in public on the Senate floor and say, Prince Johnson called him and told him, say, the president not picking my call. And, I even wanted to help one of my daughters to give her a job. The president not even so go talk to the president. How can Prince Johnson, who helped you become president, my brother, who gave you one of the largest votes in the country that offset the votes from president, we have to make you president? You can't pick the main call after the elections?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? So Eugene Falcon is saying the same thing. Yeah. Look, I would say Eugene Falcon shouldn't wait until he gets on a stroke. Like Prince Johnson maybe had on a stroke. He might not wait until he gets stroke. If he can't stand there, he just move in the kitchen. If the kitchen too hot for him, right? But again, it goes back to saying, leadership, and that's why we need a better leadership for the country. And if anybody tell me say this thing is not leadership problem, I will refer them to Edwin Snow. Edwin Snow mentioned one time too. He said, Senator Snow mentioned one time too. He himself had issue that they were President Boyka. The same issue, former senators, Prince Johnson had with President Boyka. Edwin Snow said he himself had the same issue with President Boyka. So I think President Boyka needs to revisit, because in leadership, and I will say that for the Liberian people, in leadership, people tend to follow the leader's behavior.
Yeah.
And, so we need to be careful in our country. When we have leaders, our leaders should be aware of what they are doing, because it's going to rub off on the rest of the other people under you. All right, so that local representative Koluba Supreme Court Conference. Bring us up to speed, Jefferson. Yeah, bring us up to speed.
So, as a matter of fact, that case, on Monday, they were at the court, and so the Supreme Court had already sent a communication to the legislature to do a return, to file a return. That is, you got to do it in writing. Tell the court why. We sent a communication to you people. Tell us why I said that it was not honor, or whether you saw it or not. So you got to put it in writing. And so that process will be followed. And on Wednesday, the 29th of this month, they will be at the court. And so Representative Koluba and his team of lawyers, his legal team, his legal counsel, they will be at the court. Then the ruling, or the Supreme Court will have to come up with a ruling on that day. But there are things playing behind the scenes, and this going to be the test of the judiciary. This is going to be the test of the court, whether yes, the decision from this case will either make the Liberian people to believe in the courts, in the judicial system, or not. Mind you, this is similar to the removal of former Speaker Kofa. When the court told the legislature to go back, that the decision was ultra-vires, to go back and do the needful, but they ignored the decision from the court, and they went on and still, went on the process and removed for Natikofa. Would that be the case? So this one now, for in my mind, it seems as a disrespect to the court, and this is going directly. It seems as a disrespect to the court because you cannot send a communication that was received by two individuals, one from the office of the speaker, the receptionist, Arena Sike, and then at 1:51 p.m., and then another one to the chief clerk received by a computer operator, Tababo Etote. Then they'll say they did not see it. Obviously, a communication from the court to the to the legislature, especially to the office of the speaker, whoever receives that communication will not even have 5 minutes to say, I will lay it down. The first person to contact is the COS, the chief of office staff. He would then look and say, Chief, there is a communication from the court looking at the nature of the case. That was a serious matter. So it is now with the court, whether if the legislature will say, we did not see the communication, then the court will say, okay, the people say they did not see it. That would be a complete slap and disrespect to the court. So like everybody's saying, and there's this thing we're hearing that, well, there seems to be some division now in the court, especially on the high bench. 2 are for the government and the others, they are. So there's that division now. Some lawyers, top lawyers and judges, counselors in the court there, they're saying the reality. So this is a very hard thing and delicate matter, serious matter that the court will have to take seriously on Wednesday. Whatever decision the court will come up with, ruling it will come up with on Wednesday, will either make the Liberian people believe in her or go against her. That, well, then justice have been served. We don't trust the court anymore. Or yes, this is the kind of Supreme Court we want. That's what they want. Because like Senator Connell, Senator Dillon, and others, they've written due process. Yeke was not given due process. The law was not followed. Other senators are saying, representatives are saying, I did not sign. But the question is, since you did not sign, how did they get there? Are you going to challenge whoever placed your signature? Are you going to bring that person to public disrespect? You're going to bring them and ask them why? Because it's a crime, Dr. Pearson, to place somebody's signature on a resolution of the document without their consent. It is a crime. Mama Briggs was not in the country. She was in Freetown. Emmanuel Down of District Number 7 is still not in the country. He's always breaking the states, but his signature is there. Who signed? Sempi Jala, he was not at the legislature. He was not up Capitol Hill. He was, in the county. How did he had admitted? How did his signature get there? So these are the questions. But the court, well, it is now the court's decision whether they will go and do the right thing. It is with them now. So that is the Wednesday will be the hearing, and then it will come out with a ruling.
Okay, so your camera off. I'm not sure why, but there are a few things. There are a few things that you made very clear, and what you made very clear here was that the letter from the court to the House of Representatives was received by 2 individuals, not just one, but 2. One was sent to the chief clerk, and one was sent to the speaker's office, and both letters were signed for. So that is clear. So when it comes to the Supreme Court citing these guys for hearing on a bit of information where Yaga Koruba lawyers are saying, you know what, something not looking right here. We understand that the court we came to the court sent a letter and say, oh, you guys will have to come and hear what you guys are doing, to see where you guys are going with this situation based on the complaint that came to us, to hear whether Yaga Koruba, Representative Koruba, are given due process or not. Now, the problem there is that even if they say they did not see the letter, they did not receive the letter in time, the fact remains that the court has a matter before it. Whether you saw the court letter or not, the court has a matter before it. and that matter will be heard. All right, that matter will be heard. Whether or not you receive the letter, that matter will be heard, because at the end of the day, the matter before the Supreme Court has a legitimate concern. And that legitimate concern is a constitutional concern, and that constitutional concern has to be addressed. So even if the sheriff carry you a writ and you're not there, the sheriff will find another day to carry another writ back to you until the writ is served. All right. If you run away, say they will wait until you come back. They will still serve you the writ. So you can't run away from the writ. You can't hide from the writ. You'll still be served that writ. You'll still be served that notice from the court. But this is the thing, right? The letter is signed. No, so let's look at the thing we're talking about, leadership and decency in government. In the spirit of coordination, as the Constitution provides, in the spirit of coordination, despite the fact that we say, oh, there are 3 separate branches of government, all of them can do their own thing, but the Constitution provides for coordination between the 3 branches for the state to run properly. So say for instance, if you went and you say, oh, you know, the court sent you a letter, you did not see that, but you heard about the letter, on social media, but you say, oh, the letter did not come officially through my office. Maybe that's the excuse you want to go and carry. But here's the point. Where is the courtesy? Where is the courtesy to say, oh, you know, there's a major matter of national concern, major matter of national concern before the House of Representatives, Mr. Speaker, take out the phone and say, you know, there's a major concern. If the Supreme Court has sent us a letter and somebody maybe took hold of the letter, let me take my phone and call the Chief Justice, or maybe call the Justice in Chambers and have a conversation with the Justice in Chambers to find out what is going on, like what has happened, like what is going on, like did you send me a letter? I'm hearing, I'm seeing that you sent me a letter, but the letter did not reach me, and then you start to investigate. I put hold to now, but again, somebody will say, you know, oh, that politics, and you know, people playing politics. You expect the people to play fair. It's not about fair. It's about the rule of law. It's about integrity in leadership. It's about public trust. It's about the country being able to trust its leaders and know that the leaders are not just there for their own interest, but they are there for the best interest of the Liberian people. So that tomorrow our young people who are aspiring to become politicians and leaders in the country can take you. The other day in last Thursday program, we were talking about the Unity Party chairman, Reverend Luther Tappe. He was talking about people serving as mentor for young Liberians, for students. And then he was putting the blame on teachers who teaching them. And then I was laughing last week and I was saying, why is he putting the blame on teachers for students' activity when he should be looking at the politicians who setting bad examples for them? And this is the same thing happening here right now. So why the speaker couldn't demonstrate leadership and say, you know, let me pick the phone. I'm seeing something circulating on social media. Other colleagues, including the very Yaga Koroba, who is being investigated for statement that he's making. You know, he's showing me letter here, or he's showing letter that communicating in the chat room, in the legislative chat room, that the Supreme Court has issued a stay order. Let me call my associate, my federal judge and see what's going on. The justice and see what's going on. No, he did not do that. So now they're going before the Supreme Court on Wednesday, like you said. It's going to be in twofold, in my opinion. Number one, the Supreme Court already had a matter pending before them, that is to listen to whether Yaga Koroba was given due process. That matter stands. Whether or not they finish doing everything in a hurry or not, that matter stands. Another matter that will stand is the fact that the letter was overlooked. They will have to give reason why that they can find excuse for. Whatever excuse they find for that, in my opinion, the matters that was complained to the Supreme Court about by Yaga Koroba will be more weighty, in my opinion, will be more valuable than the letter that they did not acknowledge. So whether you acknowledge the letter or not, the matters still before us that you did not give someone due process. And that would be the major argument, I think, that will have to come up in that hearing as well. Even if they didn't bring it up, I believe strongly it's going to come up in that hearing.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, Jefferson, are you still there with us?
Yes, I'm trying to get a camera. I'm here.
You want to wait in before I go to the next topic?
Yeah, so exactly like you said, two matters, due process, and then the matter of the communication, that was sent to the legislature. So two matters, like you said, it is just it. When Dr. Luther Tapper, Reverend Luther Tapper made that statement, when they asked him, so he blamed the actions of the young people currently on teachers, especially supers, on teachers, on administrators. What about those who are in power? What about those who have the power to make things right, to make to improve the lives of the young people? What about those people? The speaker who is he is an instructor at the university. So what about them? So all of these things, it is just, people just tend to play politics of everything. When the right things needs to be done, they close their eyes, play blind eyes, and choose. They just choose to play politics of everything. But well, like I said, Wednesday, it is the fifth now. The Supreme Court will have to decide whether it wants the trust of the Liberian people, or because in all fairness, the court was disrespected, Dr. Pearson.
Yes.
The fact that communications were sent and received, and they still chose to go on with the fraudulent removal, expulsion, unlawful expulsion of Representative Koluba. So it shows that the court was disrespected.
Yeah. And then just in closing on this topic, look, let me make this very clear to the Liberian people. If you're listening to us, this is Primetime Conversation on Kear Radio 95.9 and on LIB Future TV on all of our platforms across the world. Now, let me make this clear to the Liberian people. Some people say that the Supreme Court is a play business. The Supreme Court is not a play business. If you recall, Jefferson, that fanatic Kofa situation, the majority black did not succeed over the Supreme Court. If you look at it carefully, because they had to notify everything that they did, and they went back to the very session they were hiding from, and went back to do exactly what they said they were not going to do, and that they're going to do their own regime speaker thing on the side. That did not hold. They went back to status quo ante. Richard Kuhn went as an ordinary representative, and then they had a regular official section in the very chambers they said they were not going to sit in, and then they end up doing what they said they were not going to do. Correct? So the same thing happens here. The only difference here, with the exception of Fanatic Kofa, the only difference I see here so far is that Yega Koruba doesn't have to go say so they can sit under his gavel. Yega Koruba had to do is to walk in the session and sit down as a representative.
Yeah.
So you can say, if Representative Yega Koruba come and say, I can sit under him. You don't have to sit under him. He's there to represent his people. Yega Koruba walking the session is to vote in line with this constitution and his constitutional right to vote as sitting representative. And when the Supreme Court say the man is still legitimate representative, and the decision of the House of Representatives does not stand, is null and void, ultra virus, all you gotta do is just go sit and do his job.
Yeah.
And if for any reason you want to stop it, you can bring the whole constituency to the Capitol building, and they can walk inside there to escort the lawmaker.
Oh, of course they can do that. They have the power to do that. They can do that.
Yeah, simple as that. You go for a whole constituency and say, you can't join me, I go to the Capitol building, and you can't visit my office. You can't visit me at my office.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Because that's complete nonsense. All right, that's a complete nonsense. Call some of the numbers again. So if you're listening to us, we usually will call the last 4 numbers of a scratch card. And at the time in the show, we open the lines for people to call from our audience. When you call, all you got to do is just call us back the last 4 numbers of the scratch card, and you win yourself that scratch card. All right, Jefferson, call that scratch card for us.
Yes. So again, I will call 8362.
8362.
Yeah.
All right. 8362. 8362. All right. Call one more for us again.
And then I will call 6474.
6474. Okay. Call one more again. You said 6474, right?
Sure.
6474. Okay, call one more for us again.
6917.
969,
yes, 917.
6917. 6917. So at this point in the show, Jefferson, we'll just take a quick theme song, and then we'll come right back, and then we join our audience out there to further this conversation on the prime time conversation with Dr. Pearson and Jefferson, keeping your company this evening as you relax in your homes, as you are maybe still looking for a car to get home from Raleigh, Douala, Central Monrovia, wherever you are. Be safe out there. If you're in a vehicle, you're still running taxi at this time of the night, wherever you are, or in a bus, and you get your phone, your ear, in your hand, whatever the case is. This is the prime time conversation. LIB Future TV with Kear Radio 95.9. Yes, our theme song will be right back, and then we'll call you 2 more numbers after we come back, and then we'll continue our last 2 conversations.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Prime Time Conversation, where the truth speaks and the people listen. From Cape Town to Maryland, from Nimba to Monrovia, the future calling Liberia. When the voices of the people start to rise, you can see the truth within their eyes. Too many years of struggle and pain, still the people dancing in the rain. But hope is growing in the land tonight. A new vision coming into sight. A servant leader walking with the crowd, speaking truth, humble but proud. This is prime time conversation, talking about the nation's transformation. From the villages to the city life, Liberia searching for what is right. Education for every girl and boy, healthcare bringing hope and joy. A stronger future we can see for every Liberian family. Hear the farmers calling from the field, waiting for the harvest that the land can yield. Technology knocking at the nation's door, young minds ready to explore. Electric power shining through the night, security standing for what is right. The economy rising for everyone, a new chapter has begun. This is prime time conversation, voices of the rising generation. Agriculture feeding every home, no more hunger, no more roam. From Cape Town down to Maryland shore, the people say we must do more. From Nimba Hills to Montserrat streets, the future and the people meet. Now the people talking in the marketplace about a man who walks with steady pace, a leader with a vision for the land, reaching out with a helping hand. From humanitarian work to leadership call, standing strong when the people fall, talking about dignity, justice and trust, serving the nation because he must. Not for power, not for fame, but to lift Liberia's name. A vision rising clear and bright, leading the nation toward the light. Oh, Liberia, hear the cry. Let the children reach the sky. When the people stand as one, the victory has begun. The conversation starts tonight, speaking truth and shining light. Together we can build again for the daughters and the sons. This is prime time conversation, voices of a hopeful nation. Education, health and peace, let the nation struggle cease. With strong leadership guiding the way, Liberia rising day by day. From every county hear the call, a better future for us all. Where Liberia speaks, the conversation continues.
The conversation continues where Liberia speaks, and we hear the prime time conversation. We come to you every Thursday evening by 7 p.m. in Liberia, and we're here for 2 hours in the U.S. If you're here, we start by 3 in the afternoon. So I want to say thank you for joining us, and shortly we'll be opening the lines after our second conversation done, and we'll be hearing from you to hear your voice on the issues that we've just discussed. But before that, we usually record the last 4-digit numbers of scratch cards we have in studios here. And when you call us, when we open the lines, when you call us, all you got to do is just repeat that last 4 numbers of the scratch card we call on air. Any of the one of the scratch cards, if you get it right, we give you that scratch card you call.
For better future, support the Sakumi.
All right, Jefferson, give me 2 more of that numbers.
Okay, so we have 6536.
6536. 6536. That correct, right? 6536. All right. Another
and then
one.
we have 6644.
6644. 6644. Thank you, Jefferson. Again, we'll move on to our next talking point. The where President Barker decided that, the point in America, when he came here and they allowed him to sit in the basement, eat a rest, and enjoy the cold water under the air conditioning window. You were even here witnessing him and all, enjoying yourself. He said, "Yeah, Arsenal man, right?" Witnessing TV in the poor house. He went by like bro now when they see him put this out to criticize some of the things that happen in the government. He said he liking them as underdogs. He liking them as underdogs. He call them backing dogs. Jefferson saying you in Liberia, you get me what the temperature is now. Because I don't want with the backing dog on this side, so I already coming back loud. So let me hear you for overshadow you.
Well, there has been mixed reactions with this particular statement from the president, owing to the fact that he is the godfather of the republic. He is the #1 citizen, and the seat that he occupies is the presidency, and that seat, whatever comes from there, I mean, it should be something that the Liberian people will either take or not. And so the recent statement made by the president when he went to dedicate the local government ministry up Capitol Hill, I don't know whoever placed that particular phrase or that particular part in the president's speech to think that they were doing the right thing, that the president will use it, because it is now being categorized by the supporters of the Unity Party as a figurative expression. It was a metaphor. Yeah, it was a metaphoric, phrase. So he used it that, all those people in, overseas or abroad, they're talking, don't mind them. They're not here. They're not seeing the reality. They didn't know what happening here. So they just sit on that side, they talk, all kind of thing. Sometimes when you're walking, too many dogs barking at you. If you're just saying, you say you want to rock, you chong, all those dogs, you're not reached. So the statement has cut across, and it has deepened. In fact, it has created a deep wound in the minds of the people, the Liberian people, bulk of them. I would say the opposition, and even some within the Unity Party, I would say there's a very close friend. I mean, that has supporter who vigorously campaigned and went in the trenches and had his own number of people voted for this. On Sunday, he placed a call to me, and he was on speaker. Other, some of colleagues were around. We were sitting. I said, "This is a Unity Party man. That Jeff, my man, I am disappointed. I can't believe that the men that we voted for will refer to Liberians like this. Whatever the situation was, that was very wrong of him to even I said, but it is your, I mean, you are a part, I mean, you United Party, man. He said, Jeff, they were not United Party, Benny. This is the reality. The president's statement, I think he slipped on that. And this is it, Dr. Pearson. President Baka referring to people. This is the president that Henry Costa, Stanton Waterspoon, and even Eugene Fagon, who was in the US there, today he got a job. Today the president said. So it is that statement for me. It is not just, it was not just only for people in the US. What about, I mean, because there are critics all over. The people on the ground are criticizing the president. But for him to have categorized and just take everybody, put them in that particular basket as dogs, and somebody saying when you go in the market, oh, why if you say the media is the watchdog in society, or you might not in the market, you're not bad. I mean, you can't compare those statements to what the president, especially coming from the president. He's not an ordinary man, Dr. Pearson. This is not good for our democracy. I think in my mind as well, President Bouaka slipped for referring to people who campaigned. I mean, it is the right everybody to criticize the government. So you don't refer to I mean, you don't use that kind of metaphor on people and you say he spoke in parable. Whatever the parable was, President Bouaka, I don't know what interpretation they will give. So I'm hearing other people saying, oh, the president spoke in parable, blah. But hey, referring to people or saying that dogs. So who are the dogs that can be barking? Who are those that bark? I mean, it's just so sad. It is sad. But the reception here on ground in Liberia, everywhere you pass, it is just those few United Party boys who are in the pockets of these people will tell you, say, oh, the president did a right thing. But deep down their hearts, they know that the president slipped. I mean, that's a slap in the face of people who supported him and Liberians who are overseas. For you people, Dr. Pearson.
Yeah, it's a big slap, brother. It's a big slap. I was trying to cancel my data scratch kind. Oh, our head. I said, Miss, cancel the data scratch kind.
No, you got
a dog wounded, you know.
Talking people for the people who you contempt.
I said, oh, the dog wounded. I even want sense. I even want to come on my scratch card. You know, I said, you know what I mean? Just forget about the whole thing. Said, but you know, no, joke aside, look, there are a few ways to look at this thing, right? And I will take my time because, again, the reason why Mr. Cummings, the reason why Ellis Cummings got us all leave our business schedule to be all on the radio and thing is because he wants us to show to the Liberian people that there's a difference between quality leadership and just any kind of leadership, right? So let me take my time to explain this to the Liberian people. The first thing I would say, people say, oh, that parable. Not all parables are good parables.
Sure.
Right?
Exactly.
Simple thing, like, for example, excuse me. The way you will say excuse me, it may be an insult or it may not be an insult. Say, for instance, Jefferson, you sit now in the studio and I say now across from you and you in the way that I got to use to come outside. And I come into you to get outside and say, well, Jefferson, excuse me, man. And you know what you're doing, and you're dressed so I can pass. All right. So switch your another way around. You must say in the studio we're having a conversation, and I said, "No, Jefferson, I want to say something." Then you say, man. I said, "Excuse me, man."
Yeah.
How will you take that? Will you dress so I can pass?
No.
Right. You're not dressed so I can pass because the excuse me means two different things.
It's harsh.
Yeah. The context in which it was used, the thing.
Yeah.
In the context. Yeah. So, and the Liberian people need to know this. Look, don't let people just play on people intelligent. Like they say, everybody Liberian people are just people. I can tell an old man, excuse me, and she will move so I can pass. I can come back to that old man and use that say, excuse me. That old man will pick up a spoon and she will chase me away. Right? Yeah. Let me bring another thing there. They say, oh, that's just parable, so we shouldn't take it serious. Let me bring it another way. So President Bouaka sitting down to the house, and I go to visit President Bouaka as his minister. President Bouaka myself doing some government work or doing some paperwork. Then his children running all in the house, causing noise. Then I said to President Bouaka, I said, oh, man, my children just tell me. I said, oh, man, don't mind the daughter not running the house to distract from our attention. Let's focus on Odin. Will he take it correctly?
Obviously not.
He will not take it correctly. He will not say that. The first thing he said, Dr. Pearson, did you just refer to my children as dogs in my own house? That's the first thing he will say. Because he does not expect me to use a parable that will suggest a demeaning characteristics towards his children. And let me take it to another level. Is President Bwaka and the Unity Party people saying that people should use bad parable on the office of the presidency? Is that what he's saying? And then when people go to it, they say, oh, that parable? Is that what he's saying? No. But let me make some clarifications here. Every one of us can use quotations. So they say, oh, we're quoting Winston Churchill, the UK, the former UK Prime Minister. We're quoting Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the first man who made that statement. We all quote people. But do you notice that when we're quoting Major President Barack Obama, we're quoting Martin Luther King, do you know we can pick the kind of quote that we can pick it carefully? Not all the quotes you see, you read. That's why I said to someone, I said, look, the presidency is not the one that you just get up and just read anything somebody put in front of you, or you just say anything that comes to your mind. Because some of the things other people will say, and nobody will pay attention. When you say it, everybody will pay attention. Let me give you one more example. You're walking down on Broad Street, a dog bit a man. If you are busy, will you consider it serious to stop you from walking? No. But if you're walking, no matter how you busy on Broad Street, no matter what thing urgent you're running after, if somebody says, oh, the man biting the dog, or what you do? You will stop. And the people use that in the media space. They say that they call it how they can define news. News is the unusual, the things that people don't expect to be happening. So, and the people are able to discern these things. You know, you cannot call Liberian people. And, you know, you're talking about like diaspora Liberians. You know, all Liberians in the diaspora, they're complaining about what we're doing. They are too critical about what they're doing. They're calling up the government too much. They're saying so many things, they're causing noise and things. Then you come in, then in the same breath, you stay there. In the same breath, you stay there, you say, and matter of fact, when you're passing on the road and you get plenty of dogs, then barking, if you stand up to throw rock at each one of those dogs, then you will not reach to the place you're going. In other words, you are being distracted. Listen, automatically people will feel some kind of way. People have mixed feelings. And so I think the Liberian people were fair enough. The Liberian people had good reason why they felt the way they felt. And I think it was a disservice to the Liberian people. You know, let's be frank, in Liberia, we got parables that we can use that President Bwaka could have used. The people say the man get 40+ years experience. He been in government for a long time. And not only that, he's a native Liberian. In other words, it means to say that President Bwaka knows tradition. And in our tradition, he knows some of the traditional sayings that we can use in our country. So what's about the one that says if you mind the noise in the market, you will not buy why he couldn't use something like that? You know, the local linked kind of expression. Now let me tell the Liberian people, if you're listening to me in Liberia or you are in the diaspora, let me tell you why the dog scenario is not good for Liberia. In the West, and I'll talk about myself, right? Jefferson, in the West, yeah, where we live in, I got a dog, right? I got a dog. We call it Chihuahua.
Okay.
It's a little tiny dog, small, little tiny dog. Tiny you can hold in your hand, just like this. Small, little tiny dog. Call it Chihuahua. Jefferson, my dog got to stay in the house. He can't sleep outside. If the dog sleep outside, in bad weather, that abuse. Yeah. I will list everything if I land. Not only that, the dog got to eat certain food. The dog can just eat the dog. I can just get the dog any kind of food. I just get the dog cold rest, you know, because I can do in Liberia, get the dog cold rest, or get it some stale food, the rotten food from yesterday. I want the dog, you know, the dog get food, you gotta go in the dog store to buy the dog food. The way the weather changed a few times, the Chihuahua is got a small tiny tight dog, ain't got plenty hair on it. Liberian say ain't got plenty hair on it. You got to buy clothes for it. You get certain clothes, you get sweater. You get one jacket, you gotta buy the dog, you gotta go buy the dog sweater, the dog jacket, everything. When the dog won't go outside to go use use outside because the place gets snow, you gotta buy the dog shoe. The dog you gotta buy the shoe for the dog, put the dog shoe on the foot. So the dog can go outside in the snow to go use the restroom. Not only that, if you can manage to get the dog, say the dog poo in her, you gotta clean it. And you can beat it because it's poo and pee in her, you gotta clean it. Yourself gotta clean it. You can beating it or knocking it. Not only that, the dog gotta go to the hospital. The dog got own hospital, gotta go to the hospital. Besides the dog going to the hospital, Jefferson, the dog gotta get insurance.
Wow.
Yes, the dog got medical insurance. The medical insurance Liberian people don't even have in their own country. In America, when you get a dog, you gotta get a dog. You gotta buy medical insurance for the dog. We had another dog that we had before this one. Another one to see dog called Chihuahua. The dog got sick. Jefferson, we took the dog to the hospital. The dog medical bill $1,400 USD.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
The guy people here who mistreat a dog, they go to jail for mistreating the dog. They go to court, from court they go to jail for mistreating the dog. You sleep in jail for the dog business. So the way the people think about dog in the West, that will make them to accept the kind of parable they use or the kind of proverbial language they use. It's not the same way we think about dog in Liberia.
Okay.
If I went to the broker in your house and say, "My man, how you picking and acting a dog here?" So you will not take it lightly.
Okay.
Right? Let me say that before I land. You will find this very interesting. Liberian people need to notice this thing very carefully. In the very US, we're talking about US and Europe. What they say the UK, where they say the men use dog, and then they can't use it in Liberia. In the UK as well, the same way they treat dog here in America, the same way they treat dog on that side. Do you know that some dog can inherit the property, the wealth of somebody when they pass away? The person can wear the thing to the dog and get a dog to somebody to mind for them.
Wow.
I'm not saying you just get and say, oh, Jefferson, I know when I leave, I come in die, so please take care of my dog, I will put money in your account. No, they put the dog in the will, WILL, in the legal will, put in the legal will, and then they make you administrator of that legal will to mind the dog when they die.
Okay.
So the mindset is different. So I hear people trying to make the comparison, and we sitting in here, bro. That comparison does not work well. In Liberia, when you call somebody, or when you even make mistake, you say you dog. That insult. So at the level of the presidency, whoever is writing your speech, Mr. President, whoever is advising you and telling you say this is a good thing, it's not a good thing. You need to apologize to the Liberian people. You know, Johnson, I will stop there for a while and let you come in before we call the last two numbers. Then
well, yeah. Like I said, it was just. I mean, I think President Boakai, like, I saw a post from one top official. Yes, I think either a councillor or so, somebody that President Boakai needs to apologize to the Liberian people.
Oh, that is senator. A senator.
Yeah, senator. Yes, he needs to apologize to the Liberian people for that statement. Yes, because that is the highest seat in the land. You don't owing to the fact whether it was placed. I don't know whether that particular part of the speech, that sentence or that phrase, that parable was placed in the speech. And whoever advised the president on that, it will be there. You got to say that person, in my mind, President Baka should take action against that person, because you, in the first place, disrespecting the citizens of the country. So yes, that's it.
Yeah, so it was Senator Chie.
Yeah, Albert Chie, Augustine Chie.
Yeah, Augustine Chie. So I mean, it was totally unfair. So call our last two numbers, so we know that we got all the 10 numbers. Cause that guy who say you'll be marking it down. Get. He said 2 more remaining. He said no, 2 more remaining. Let's call it.
Okay, so let me get the last two numbers quickly. We have
For better future, support the Sakumi.
we have 6593.
6593.
Yes.
6593.
Yeah.
All right. Call the last number for us. The last scratch card number for us.
6102.
6102. All right. Before we open the lines, I want to say quickly, it was Charles Bromskin who said in clear terms that once upon a time he was surprised at President Walker, who, because he's vice president, not only vice president, but he wanted to become president. Then he look at Bromsky and say, Bromsky a Congo man. In fact, Congo man can never be president in Liberia. Bromsky said, what? Do you really want to play the Congo man, country man card here at this time? Looking at where we're coming from in the Civil War. In other words, Bromsky was saying, not just about country man, Congo man thing. He's saying, look, you are not aware of the condition of the country of Liberia and the fragility of our peace and our democracy. Yeah. You are not a unifying leader. You are a divisive leader. And President Walker's statement about backing dogs demonstrate the same thing. So if we are in the diaspora, or people here agree with you in the country as the president, they can tell you. Don't you think that by listening to your people, even if they're stupid that they're talking, say, or they're crazy thing they're talking, you can just, they are all talking, saying like say, you can refuse the message, but the thing that in the message.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So you can't, the elder will listen to you, talk all your thing, one time, say, okay, I hear you, you go anything moving on there. You won't take nothing off of them, but you go, they will not do what you say them to do, but they will listen to you. So you can refuse the message. And, you know, you can refuse your people. You cannot look at a segment of the people and characterize them as don't listen to them, don't mind them. And, you know, like they are insignificant, they are useless, they are worthless. You know, you don't do that. But it's wrong.
And he's gone to the US, he has traveled, he will meet with this same diaspora.
Yeah, no backing dogs will be there. No backing dogs will be there.
Yeah, he will meet with them.
He's going for peace press. Can you imagine that? All right, let's open that line, brother. Let's open that line before that my friend there say, my man. All right, let's open that line. Let's open the line. Why Jefferson is trying to open that line? Let me tell you again, who can we look for better leadership?
For better future, support the Sakumi.
Yeah, the future is now.
Okay. So,
all right, you can go ahead.
If you're there, it's time that we interact with you, the audience, tonight. Primetime conversation here on Kear Radio 95.9 LIB Future TV. You can call 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 plus 231 777 959 959. The first person is Prince Talibo. Prince, good evening. Welcome. Prince, your line is coming in distorted. You want to change your location?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Prince Talibo calling for Simaya community.
Okay.
Thank you to people are here listening to you from the discussion to the end. People are here, calling the Liberian people you're saying, I don't know, they don't know English. They defending like why your colleagues here? I agree. Some other United Palestinians when we say something, when they get a camera around, some of them start making noise. I will see what this morning will see.
Okay.
At least I learned something on the show tonight. And on the land on the shopping the lower horse, she was here. We are looking up to the support again. Because me, I know the support finally will really rule in your interest. They will say that law more than the constitution. Because the people down there, but that law, you cannot talk the constitution of the country.
Okay.
Who made the law? For lawmakers today, the same people breaking the law will come and do anything. The police come to for you to go to the police be. They go rule. You get free at the end. They will tell them to for Yaka to go by the end. You see that secretary will put police all around here. They will end up paying Yaka all the bit delaying. What they do? What we see you are Jeff.
Okay, Dr. Pearson.
Yes.
I think you muted. Yes.
You want to take a shot at the scratch card? You want to call one of the 4 numbers of the scratch card?
Let me try.
Yeah, go ahead.
6474. Yeah, I think I got it.
Congratulations, Prince. Call your number.
076
076 05
30
30. Say again. 879. Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, brother.
Good evening. Your name and where you call from?
Good evening. This is Harry Derikofa. I'm calling from Kear FM.
Okay, Harris. Let's hear you quickly.
Yes, my concern having to do with the Yaka Koroba issue. Before the legislature, the party that losing part of their president. Because Yaka Koroba are not given due process.
I know.
So, based on that, the case will go against them from my own analysis.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
You want to take a shot at the scratch card?
Yes.
Go ahead.
6102.
Okay.
Congratulations.
No. I want to. Not all.
There's one guy down there with long list.
No.
Okay,
Call your number.
0
776 5100 47.
Thank you, my brother. Have a good night, man.
Good evening.
Yo, good evening, bro. How you doing?
We're good. Your name and where you join from?
Yeah, this is Zalukok boy joining you from Nima County District number 11
From you said from Nimba County?
On Nima County District number 11. This is my second time calling on the show. Like last time I told you that I have a speaker, like I can connect with my phone where people around listening to the show. So.
Yeah, I can remember that. You are you following on Facebook or you using the radio?
Yeah, I always follow the LIB Future TV.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, so let me say thank you guys for the program. Liberia have reached to the stage where we the citizens we are so embarrassed with our own country, especially under this government. President Baka calling a citizen a dog. I better know what you think because you are seeing dog that post transform in your community. You are seeing dog needs to be a right. Say, oh, the ego are learning. So I better know for this statement. I think the president, go too low because I don't want to use that thing matter. The president go too low. I'm referring to the diaspora because without the Liberian in the diaspora, Liberian economy will be nowhere because if you calculate the kind of money these guys are spending, it's so much. They guys are contributing a lot of money to our country economy. So I really know why the president mean by if you're going somewhere, the door bagging at you. The president, too low by making that remark. I don't want to lie to you.
Okay.
And to get issue, I can clearly say on this those guys, as a representative, will not respect that ruling again because there will be a second time. These guys are just bunch of hustlers in there. They are going to pay attention to that Supreme Court. So it's another embarrassment to the country.
Okay, thank you. You want to go for a shout?
1595.
1595, Dr. Pearson?
Yes.
1595.
Yes.
Congratulations. Call your number.
777.
84
38
38
30
30. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. And this show got a huge fan base in my area. So people listening right now, people listening all around here. So
Oh,
thank you
wow.
for the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to me. We appreciate you.
Okay. All right. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Shori calling from Panama.
Mohammed from Panama. Can you please lower your monitor, Mohammed? Go ahead.
Yeah, brother, I want to discuss about it. You can call back issue.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah. Well, you know, I hear people discuss, no, if you can call back return to the church, to the code hall, whether the law will not be respected, this and that. Because the today issue being about the call back of issue business. So right now, what I want to discuss now, there is some people, we are taking a case. Now, who is a supporter will be there to support them for that. And they don't respect the law because you feel that you give power, they don't want to respect the law. How the people feel, how the people rather taking with the Liberian people to be. That's be honest. So anything that they want to do in their favor, they can just do it in their favor. Anything they want to do in their favor, they just do it because you feel that you're ruling the power. No, you're ruling the country, but you're not ruling the celebrity. That's what I want to say. We empower them. We will have the power over them. So they can't have to. No, that's something on it. Whatsoever it is, as supposed to 100%. Yell Josh, yell support stay in that case, really. Why is that?
Okay.
Taking a lawmaker from a hotel to say that you're taking chicken from Donka? Why are the people taking the government to be that? How are the people taking we the citizens to be? It's not fair. So
Thank you,
that's my discussion.
Thank you. Okay. Try your luck.
You want to try the scratch card, my brother?
Oh, okay, let me try. 9624.
9624. Congratulations. Call your number.
0775
775
72
14
34.
34. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pake.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome.
Brother, how are you?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the platform, man.
Okay.
I always say that they can't do new workshop and then again
The country needs workshop.
we need general workshop for everybody. Because as I speaking, I lose I telling the boys to try Mr. Cummins. You see the reason? Let me tell you what people like this. Before let me just say something. These people they are in the previous government. Since the people came to tell you that there was under recovery 2 years ago now, you ever hear they say to anybody around here? It can't happen because they're in the same thing. The only way we can change the country, we got to bring somebody who never been in the brand system in the government yet. So they get a mind to treat the country the way they treat it.
Okay.
As far as all of them that were in the government before, you bring a chef, they will just call that friend and boss.
Okay.
Because they don't have him. So you see that? So now campaigning for us to bring Mr. Cummins to be the best thing because he never been there. So probably we having a mind to bring our things and value for us. But come and proceed.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to look at what and talk back. Now what happened? Whenever you talk back as something, that means when him behind it.
Okay.
Talking about criminal, they can back our thieves, rogue, everybody. So if we are dogs, then that means we back our criminal.
Thank you.
You want to try the scratch card? You want to try one of the scratch cards?
Oh yeah, let me try my page.
Go ahead.
6474.
6474.
Somebody didn't take that one. Answer.
6474. 64.
Yeah.
Somebody told 6474. Try another one.
Yeah, somebody told 64.
Yeah.
6917.
6917. Do you have it there? Okay, yeah. Congratulations. Call your number.
077.
777.
Yeah.
36.
00.
00. 00.
Yeah.
Okay.
360000.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Let me get another person on the line here. Oh, the line is jamming. This, please leave the line. Oh, the lines are jamming. The lines are jamming. 777-959-959. Donzo.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, Jeff.
Let's hear you, Mohammed Donzo.
And good evening to PSC.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother.
Okay. Well, Jeff, I really want to talk about the Supreme Court. You know, I just want to say to our Supreme Court, you know, the teacher.
Oh, too bad. Donzo went off. This person.
Hello?
Hello, your name, where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Michelle Boto, calling from Mentari.
Michelle Boto. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah. I said the issue about the president calling a brentful job. I think we are studying it for the president because, you know, when 2023, when Baga said, you know, the whole car parking in the garage, and when you win election, there's no more like all that thing. We know the motive of the president who getting into wait. So all that thing do it. There today he go America again. So we expect another strategy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
You want to try the scratch card?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, 6644.
6644.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Call your number.
Yeah.
777.
Yeah, 87.
87.
22.
22.
70.
70.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, brother. Be safe out there.
Okay, let me take this other person. Okay. We still taking more calls. 777-959. Yeah. Good evening.
So, good evening.
Yes, your name and where you join from?
My name is Jerry Tima, calling from 17th Street.
Okay, Jerry, let's hear you. 1 minute.
Okay, my take is on this you can call about issue. For this president, you know, and this judiciary system we got, though we expect that we have the victory, but whatever the president wants, that will happen. So whatever they want, that's what they will do. So there's nothing we can do about this. We are hearing that all of lawmakers say they were not there, they didn't sign, but then they are still there. So tell me now.
Yeah.
Who signed for them?
My brother, we can't lose hope. That's why the government got three branches so that we can have confidence in one making mistake, other one can correct them. So let's not give up here. Let's see what will happen.
Yeah, we watch and see Wednesday and see.
Okay.
You want to get a scratch card a chance? You want to try it?
Yeah, let me try.
Go ahead.
8362.
8362. What a number?
0777.
777.
373011.
Say again.
0777.
Yeah.
373011.
373011. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good evening.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Robert I'm calling from Brazil.
From where?
From Brazil.
Brazil. Let's hear you, Robert. 1 minute.
Yeah, concerning the door issue, I must say it never went down well. You were referring to we all in totality, Liberian in general. But they have a thing
There is a parable my grandmother used to give a friend of mine. Because anytime mother insults them, because they were plenty, the woman born plenty children, when she begs, she can refer to the children as dog. So her own mother used to tell her, when you call the children dog, then it means you insulting me. Because I am that grandmother. Only dog can born dog. Dog can born different things. So it means that what I said to that dog. But I'm
No. Let's leave President Baga out of this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go. Okay. Yes, you want to try?
Yeah. I want to hear 10 questions.
Oh, okay. Choose call in the last 4 digits that you remember.
I will call 6102.
Dr. Pearson?
Someone finished taking it.
Somebody took that already.
Someone already took 6102.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I will call 6917.
6917.
Somebody took that one too.
Okay. Then I will call 6536.
6536.
6536.
Okay. Call your number, brother.
My number is
0777 63 26 54.
Yeah, 54.
Okay, congratulations.
We are out of time though.
Yeah.
Just
This last question. Hello. Yeah, you know where you call from?
My name is Freeport.
Nelson Freeman.
Freeport.
Sumo from Freeport. Let's hear you. Quickly, just 30 seconds.
Thank you for the discussion, but my point of view was the Yaga issues. You know, the law breaker, they are the law breaker too. On the law, Yaga Bene, the whole thing about Yaga is a being behind Yaga issue. Someone executive him behind Yaga issue, but now it's the second issue I would do the representative. The first one was the speaker, the second one is Yaga. We are waiting to talk to see what on Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. You want to try?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
You got it, man?
Yes. Go ahead.
6644.
6644.
Someone finish taking that one.
Somebody took 6644.
6593.
Okay. Go ahead, no more. 775 61 93 26. All right. Congratulations. Well, we're out of time.
Who that person in your line? Who that person in your line?
Yes, Mohammed also. Mohammed was on the line. He left. Let me take Mohammed. Mohammed, just call your digits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 9624.
That one gone.
Somebody carry you.
3855.
3855. Mohammed, call your number.
0770
770 52
61
61
77.
The old man from West Point is on the line. I will just do you justice. Ma Benu? Yeah, you come through today. Yeah, Ma Benu? Hey, Lord, you still on. Let's hear you quickly. Ma Benu, the play. Yeah, we're not hearing you. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring this show to a close. Prime time conversation on Kear Radio 95.9 and LIB Future TV. Jefferson, it was a pleasure being with you, my brother.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Pearson. Hope to see you next Thursday.
Sure, by the grace of God. So you can log on and I'll be here in the meantime running this thing through to the end.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for being there. We'll be back on tomorrow at 11 p.m. with another edition, more in review. After the from
Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Liberia, searching for what is right. Education for every girl and boy. Healthcare bringing hope and joy. A stronger future we can see for every Liberian family. Hear the farmers calling from the field, waiting for the harvest that the land can yield. Technology knocking at the nation's door. Young minds ready to explore. Electric power shining through the night. Security standing for what is right. The economy rising for LIB, stand up. Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.